So I realized that most of y'all don't know me, or if you do, you don't know much about me. So I've decided to do a little thing from now on called Tea Time with Tea. It's where I basically give you the scoop on my life, tell you stories, answer some questions, just a little bit everything about me. I was going to try to drink tea during this time, but I made it and it was gross. Like, I don't know how people drink it. I couldn't do it. So no tea. I ordered these things called conversation cards. I guess to start off by like questions and stuff. I know right now I don't have very many fans that might want to know anything about me, but maybe I'll learn a little bit about myself. First one. If you could resurrect one person for a year, who would you choose and why? I would probably resurrect Michael Jackson. I know that sounds really weird, but I was talking to someone the other day and his concerts would be banging. I know there's so many other people that I could resurrect for just a day, but like, it would hurt so many of my family members and I couldn't do that. Definitely like if it was my dad. How would a fashion magazine describe your style? Basically a hobo that takes a bath. See, my hair's wet, that's fine. But, yeah, I dress like I just woke out of bed most of the time. I have pajamas on a lot or sweatpants. I can't get behind the whole getting ready thing very often. In what ways are you a difficult person to live with? Okay, so I'm one of the messiest people I know. I hate to clean so much. I'll do it when I have to, but I can't stand it. I also typically don't like people. Most people would say I could just go to my room if I lived with someone, but the thing is that I get annoyed by people even being in the house. Like, if I know they're there, I can't deal with it. Like, I go crazy even knowing they're in the room. I feel like I'm constricted by what I can do. I also sing karaoke throughout the night until like 2, 3 a.m. I'm an awful singer, and most of the time I don't know the words. I tend to sing songs that I've never heard before because I like to play it back and see how close I get to the actual song. It's really funny to me, but if someone's trying to sleep, it could get really annoying. If you were to give a tour of your hometown, what would be the highlights? Guys, I lived in the middle of the woods. Like, when I say middle of the woods, I mean we have to watch my little sister going outside because people could be hunting around. Like, there's coyotes everywhere, there's deer everywhere. My brother actually sat in the treehouse one night just to be able to shoot a coyote. I will say this, Pinnacle is great food. It's a restaurant. And also, during the summer, there's this crazy good snow cone place. I'm all for the snow cones, way to my heart. But other than that, like, there's no stoplights throughout the whole county. There's nothing to do. People hang out at McDonald's parking lot at night, or Goodson's parking lot at night. Like, there's really nothing to do there. What is the best thing you learned after a breakup? Don't get invested into someone too quickly. That's a big key. Unless you are for sure like going to marry that person or live with them the rest of your life, don't move in with them because like afterwards it could be really, really bad. The other thing I've learned is that when you get in a relationship, make sure you keep your own friends. Don't ditch the people that you usually hang out with. Don't just rely on his friends to be your friends. Don't just get friends together because that's nice, but when y'all break up or if you guys break up, then you have no one at all, and it's really bad. Definitely like if you're in college and you don't live with your family, you really have no one to count on, so you're just alone. What is a common trait shared by everyone you've dated? I've not dated many people or really like talked to many people, but it's really, really weird. everyone I've dated has been around my age, at least close to it by like 2 years maybe. Never been super old or super younger than me. It's just been around the same age. But it's really funny because everyone that I've dated has either looked like they're 50 years old or like a 12-year-old child. So when I am out with these people, they either look like my grandpa or they look like I'm about to babysit them. Like, there's really no in between, and it's really weird because they're the same age as me. They just look a lot different, I guess. Like, I dated this one guy, and I swear he looks like the grandpa from Up. Like, it's really crazy. I got tired of the questions, so story time. I know what story I want to tell, and y'all aren't ready for this. I had been in my apartment for a couple weeks now, not very long, and I had a summer job at Fairmont State, like creating a chemistry program and then helping first two students, which is like students who didn't have parents go to college basically, or like any other family go to college, like they're the first ones. So I was helping them out, but I didn't have to be there until about 10 o'clock. So I was asleep, like I was dead, out, done. And then I woke up to this banging. And I was like, okay, maybe they're working on the apartment buildings. I don't know why I thought that. They hadn't been doing that before, but that was my immediate thought. I think it's because I didn't want to get out of bed, honestly, but I just laid there. So then I quickly realized that this knocking sound would like start and then stop and then start again, like someone was knocking on my door. So I had to drag myself out in the bed, which honestly I basically just had to roll because I have silk sheets and you slip right out. So I rolled out in bed and walked to the door, and when I opened it, there was like 6-7 men out there with these huge guns pointed at me. Like, they were the size of me, and it's like this big. So they basically had me pointed at me. And I was like, whoa now, what the heck is going on? But the thing is that I was pretty scared. Most people would be when they have guns pointed at them. But when I get scared, I make jokes or I laugh about it. These men were sitting here with guns pointed at me, and I was like, whoa guys, whoa now, what's going on? Let's talk this out. No need for danger, no need for violence. And the main, I guess, head dude or whatever looked at me and said, ma'am, we need you to step out here. And I said, is there something in my apartment? Is there something here? Is there something I need to know about? Holy crap, there's something in here. Oh man. And he was like, no, we just have a few questions for you. And I said, well, I guess I'll allow it. So I stepped outside, and they started asking me all these questions about this person. I was like, who is that? I don't know who the heck you're talking about. Apparently, it was the girl that lived here before me, and they thought I was hiding her in my apartment. And I was like, is she in here? I don't know who she is. What if she's been in here the whole time? And they said, well, we know she's not you. And I said, well, how do you know that? And they were like, because your skin color. I was like, oh, that could be it. But they still wanted my ID. At this point, they still didn't believe that I didn't have her hidden in like my fridge or something. So I told them where my ID was, and I went to go get it, and they stopped me right there. They said, ma'am, you can't go in here. Point us to where your ID is, and we will go get it. It was sitting there in my living room. Like, my living room is right beside my door. I could have just grabbed it, and they wouldn't let me in there. This girl must have done something really bad. They grabbed my ID, and they were like, yep, still not her. And I was like, my ID is the same as me. Like, my skin color is not going to change. My face ain't going to change. I am the same person on my ID. They searched my whole apartment, which takes like 2 seconds because my apartment is pretty small. But they came back, and they were like, not here. I was like, that's good, because I don't know who she is, and it'd be pretty terrifying if she was here. And so they left, and I guess everything was fine. I don't know if they went to the main building or what, but at that point, I was just done. This whole time all this was happening, I had all these guns pointed right at me. I was like, okay, let's talk this out. There's no need to be pointing things at me. We are civil people. But all they want to do to have a civil war. Part 2. But anyway, thanks for spending time with me today at Tea Time with Talia. It was nice. There will be more stories like this. I live a pretty interesting life. But adios amigos. See you later.